This is our first ever cross-group DDat conference. So DDat is the digital data and technology profession. So we've got all sorts of different professionals covering things like user research, technical architects, product managers, all sorts of different people together. We've decided to do an UnConference, which is a bit different to your normal conference. So what is an UnConference? Hopefully you have a bit of an idea of one before you got here, but no worries if not. Quite simply, it's a conference that isn't organised top-down. So we haven't written out what the agenda is for today. As you know, you'll have seen that there isn't really an agenda. That's because rather than you just getting a couple of people's intellect on various problems, we're making the most of everyone in this room, your collective experiences, ideas, knowledge, and really, hopefully we'll come up with something that's 100 times better than if we just said, here's what people are going to talk about today.
It's about, it needs to be the purpose of the organisation, it needs to be, and the audience need to agree with that purpose. So maybe one of the things about the strategy is kind of your pitch.
What you want to achieve for the country and the public, and what the future of that looks like as well.
The cheapest option is not always the best.
How we can actually, bring our learning. So I have learned something over there, mixing these two things.
Government's ahead of us, we're behind, we're ahead in this, so we can share our
experience. The view is that if you are working in a role and you want to talk to like-minded people, or people in similar roles, or people who've worked on a similar project, you have to sort of fudge your way through to finding those contacts. You might go.
It seems to be going really well. Conversations are flowing, lots of productive conversations, and we're using a site called Slido to capture all of the details. It seems to be going really well.
I think you get to the information you want quicker in an UnConference because you can just ask the questions you have there and then, and you've got your peers to support you with answers immediately on the spot. So it's a good way of learning.
I think it's been a fantastic day, Paul, because actually just seeing all of these digital data and technology professionals from across the DFT family coming together, engaging, swapping contact details. We've got such a great body of knowledge across the profession in DFT, so many people working here, that I'm really pleased. I feel really excited to see what's happened here today, and I hope it's the start of many more to come.
A lot of stimulating conversations that have made me go away thinking about things differently. I came with one particular challenge in mind and set it up as one of the conversations that we had this morning, and I've come away with a wealth of ideas. So it just shows you the power of you put a bunch of interesting people in an interesting place, let them loose in an unstructured way, and the innovation and ideas that come out of it are really inspirational.
What we need to do really is transform a lot of these good conversations into actual actions. There is a lot of will and good desire to collaborate, but it's what platforms are we using, how are we actually transforming this into work, and how are we linking up and not just working in silos. What I've heard is a lot of communities are starting to build up, but they don't realise that there are larger organisations that are doing this already. So there's a lot of duplicated effort, and I think the conversations we're having here we need to have in bigger groups.
Exactly what you're trying to tell other people.
The only objective I had today was to get people talking to colleagues in other organisations, building up that network and getting people to work together. And there's a real buzz in here, so that tells me that those networks have started to form, which is great. We've also had a huge number of topics that people have come up with, so some really interesting stuff, real range, which is really exciting to see, and I think you would only get that when you just open up the floor for everyone to suggest what they want to cover. So it's been really good, definitely want to do it again. I think we'll be looking at doing something like this for this group next year, but in the interim probably some more targeted ones as well. So I've already been talking to people about, do we do one about transport policy and how digital can help, and get a load of policy professionals in with the DDat professionals, because that will create totally different conversations again. So I've really enjoyed myself, and I think there's been a real buzz about the day.